ever felt the need to step back and reassess your life? For A.R. Rahman, these moments of reflection didn't just happen once, they have been a part of his entire journey.
எங்கள் ஆஸ்கர் நாயகன்
இந்த விஷயம் உண்மை
எல்லா புகழுமே வந்துச்சு.
One of the finest genius.
Psychologists like Daniel Levinson and Erik Erikson explain that throughout life, we go through transitions where we question where we are and where we are heading to. At 23, Rahman faced a critical turning point. He embraced Sufism, a spiritual path that deeply influenced not only his personal life but his music. As his career progressed, Rahman didn't just focus on personal or professional success. His spiritual journey became even more central to his identity. By his mid-40s, Rahman was no longer just a musician, but a global ambassador for peace and unity. According to Levinson's life structure theory, midlife is a time when people reassess their goals and achievements, often seeking deeper purpose and meaning. During this time, Rahman also faced what Erik Erikson describes as the challenge of generativity versus stagnation. In middle adulthood, we either focus on giving back to society or we become stagnant, focusing solely on personal success. Rahman embraced generativity, choosing to mentor young artists, support humanitarian causes, and create music that promotes love and peace. This commitment to generativity not only defines Rahman's legacy, but also illustrates the potential for personal growth during midlife. Rahman's embrace of Sufism at the age of 23 wasn't just a religious choice. It became the foundation of his identity. His music became a reflection of his deep spiritual beliefs rooted in love, devotion, and unity. According to Fowler's stages of faith development, this journey can be seen as a gradual process of spiritual growth and maturity. Fowler's stage suggests that in young adulthood, individuals begin to question and reflect on the beliefs they were raised with, seeking a faith that aligns with their personal experiences. At this stage, Rahman's embrace of Sufism was not merely a continuation of his childhood faith, but a conscious decision. He found personal meaning in this path, reflecting his deep need for connection and spiritual fulfillment.
A lot of people come to me, have told me, hey AR, if I convert to Islam, will I be successful too?
Yeah.
I'm ready. I keep quiet. Trick question.
Yes, absolutely.
And so, it's not about converting to Islam or not. It's whether you're finding the spot whether it presses the button in you.
Yes.
And so for me, the spiritual teachers, the Sufi teachers,
Yes.
taught me and my mom
Yes.
things which are very, very special.
Yes.
And so in many faiths are there.
Yes.
So this is the faith which we took.
Yes.
Later in life, Rahman entered the stage of conjunctive faith, where individuals acknowledge the complexity and contradiction within their faith and the world around them. Rahman's music during his middle adulthood often embraced diverse spiritual traditions and sought to unify people across religions. His collaboration with artists from different faiths symbolized his belief in the universality of love and compassion.
Sir, everyone's understanding of spirituality differs, sir. According to you, precisely what makes you such a spiritual person, sir?
So I think beyond religion there's a space which is beautiful. Nobody judges you whether நீ நல்லவனா கெட்டவனா, அதுக்கெல்லாம் மீறி ஒரு space இருக்கு. And that is the space which I want to go. And that's the space I want to see people. And the space போகும்போது your wisdom is the highest level, your knowledge is the highest level. And you are not worried, you're not afraid, and you are in the state of bliss.
As Rahman's faith deepened, his spirituality extended beyond religious rituals. He often describes music as a form of prayer, where creativity serves as a means to connect with the divine. For him, spirituality became a way of life, a path to express his beliefs through sound, silence, and emotion. As Rahman's spiritual beliefs matured, they became the foundation for his moral values, values that guided not just his music, but how he chose to interact with the world around him. Psychologist Lawrence Kohlberg explains that people move through different stages of moral development, progressing from following simple societal rules to living by universal principles that apply to all humanity. In Kohlberg's post conventional stage, individuals make ethical decisions based on deeply held values like justice, equality, and human rights. For Rahman, these principles are evident not only in the music he creates, but in his daily actions. One powerful example of Rahman's commitment to these universal principles is his decision not to engage in speaking negatively about others. This reflects his deep belief in the value of respect, compassion, and understanding, qualities that align with the post conventional moral stage. Rahman's personal choice to refrain from gossip or negative speech isn't just about being polite. It's a moral stance that stems from his understanding of justice and equality, ensuring that everyone, regardless of their actions, is treated with dignity.
Imperfect, and you are from imperfection to perfection. How can you go? In music, as a human being, as a father, as a husband, as a citizen, and because you have enough to tackle within yourself, you don't complain about other people, and you look at yourself, and then so you don't complain, you don't talk bad about other people, because you yourself were filled with flaws, and you yourself have screens like they say 70,000 screen இருக்குடா நம்மளுக்கும் கடவுளுக்கும் நம்ம ஒவ்வொரு பெர்ஃபெக்ஷன் போப்போ அந்த ஸ்க்ரீன் ரிமூவ் ஆகிட்டு we can get close to the reality. And the reality portion, then what you think will happen. And that is the stage of bliss.
Recent neuroscience studies indicate that moral decision making involves a complex interplay of both rational reasoning and emotional engagement. Research using fMRI has shown that personal moral decisions, especially those that directly affect others, activate emotion-related brain areas such as ventromedial prefrontal cortex. This suggests that emotions are integral to how people make ethical choices when their deeply held values are involved. In contrast, moral decisions that are more impersonal, where direct harm to others is not at stake, tend to engage more rational cognitive regions of the brain. This can lead to more detached decision-making process. For Rahman, his choice to refrain from speaking negatively about others exemplifies a deeply personal moral decision. It reflects emotional regulation and compassion, aligning with the highest levels of moral development described by Kohlberg, where actions are guided by universal ethical principles. Transactional analysis is a simple way to understand how we interact with others. It says that we all have three parts or ego states that influence how we communicate: parent ego state, adult ego state, and child ego state. Parent ego state, this is like acting how your parents or guardians did when you were younger. It can be caring and supportive, termed as nurturing parent, or strict and bossy, critical parent. Adult ego state will be where we act logically and calmly, making decisions based on facts and what's happening right now, not based on emotions. Child ego state would be a part of us that acts like we did when we were kids, sometimes fun and carefree, but sometimes so rebellious. From the perspective of transactional analysis, Rahman's decision not to speak negatively can be seen as him operating from his adult ego state. a place of emotional regulation and rationality. Rather than reacting impulsively or out of anger, Rahman's behavior reflects the nurturing parent ego state, where he seeks to foster positive relationships and harmony. By avoiding negative speech, Rahman chooses a more constructive and emotionally mature path, which is a key aspect of the adult communication model. AR Rahman's journey is one of constant growth, personally, spiritually, and morally. His embrace of Sufism, commitment to mentoring others, and deep respect for love and unity reflect the core of his life's work. Beyond music, Rahman's true legacy lies in the harmony he creates between his inner beliefs and outward actions, always striving for compassion and understanding. As we look at Rahman's story, it serves as a reminder that life's greatest success comes not just from achievement, but from how we choose to give back, stay true to our values, and seek deeper meaning in all we do.